пересмотреть. Так, ну, давайте тогда начнем. Всем добрый день. Да, сегодня мы проходим по нашей теме. Это HTML, это таблицы, синтаксис, который нам нужно создавать в таблицах. I will go to like English. So basically, there are many websites on the internet that display different information. And as you see, like we have a lot of like stock prices, sports scores, air flight tickets, invoice data, and more. Okay, so this is like data is naturally tabular in nature, and the table is a like often and convenient way to represent this data. And in this process, yeah, like in this course, we learn how to use HTML table, and right now we have like some sort of indexes, syntaxes of this code called index.html. Here we have a lot of tables. We have like table syntax, and we want to develop our own table file in HTML, so we can go proceed. Okay. So basically, in order to create a table, we use like this kind of element. You already know like element called let's say body, ordered list, head, title, HTML element. And right now we want to create some HTML element. Yeah. So right now we have sort of, let's say like this kind of HTML code, and like creating table is similar as we create like a heading file. Okay, so I just copy paste here and try to like run this code. And nothing appeared, by the way, but we already like created this kind of text in this file table. Okay, so let's go further. In order to create, I mean, in every table we have columns and rows. Okay, so basically it's essential to understand how we're gonna predefine table, and we want to contain rows, columns, and cells that will hold data. Okay, and all of these components should be created inside this table. Yeah, so basically to enter this data, we use some table rows called like tr, I mean double brackets, and we can like, add this one in our code. Okay. So I just added 2 rows in this file, in this table element. It's like called like double angle brackets and tr. Okay, so table row. And I just create sort of like a code here, and we go ahead. So basically, in order, right now we have our rows, and we want to add in each row 3 cells of data. And the cells should contain like further, contain the following data in order: Adam Greenworks, 14, and package, let's say items. Okay. So basically, so I just want to create some sort of word. Yeah. So let me see. So basically, you can see that we created 2 cells. In each we have like following data, but it's not clear like what kind of data right now we have, and we will basically modify. Okay, so we do this like just copy and paste this kind of data. So basically, we should add all of this in our second row. So basically, this is like first row, and I just want to make sure that I have everything this one in second row. Okay. Yeah, so cool. Right now I have everything. What do I next? Like right now we have table data. Okay, here data element. And we go ahead, and right now we want to have table headings. Okay, so what does mean like heading? As we have like any HTML elements, some headings, we also can have table heading element to add titles to rows and columns. So basically, it looks like th, which means like a table heading element, angle brackets, and like th word with /. Okay. So basically, we want to have some sort of 3 table headings in our first row. So basically, here we have our first row, and I just want to add some table headings here. Okay, I just like type all this data, and right now in this table head, I want to add some like word like company name. Okay, so here I just want to add number of items to ship. Okay, and next action. So right now we created like table headings to the first like actions, and we'll add meaning. Okay, and also we want to add some scope to attribute to each of this heading. Okay, so let me add some scope here. Why? Because I didn't have this kind of scope there. And yeah, let's see how it works. Okay, so right now I added all the scope attribute. What does like this scope attribute means? Okay, so basically, in order like to use scope attribute can contain two values. One of the two values, row and column. Right now we have like column values. So this is basically a company name. And also like this value makes it clear that the heading is for a column. And HTML code, like for them, make look strange, but analyzing this like piece by piece helps make the code more understandable, okay? So we will go further. And what happens next? Then we want to see we want to see more about, let's say, table borders, okay? So table borders, and what does like table border means? So basically, in older version of HTML, a border will be added to a table using the border attribute and set equal to integer. And this is will represent the, let's say, thickness of the border. Толщина столбца, да, таблицы. And the code is like depreciated. Why? Because we don't have like here like table values, and we also can achieve this like effect using CSS style. Okay, so basically to add this CSS style, we create some sort of let's say data code to make our like to apply our CSS instead of HTML. Yeah, to show table borders. Okay. And also we can have space columns. Okay, let me just go back and explain you like right now we have here like some table rows, and after second table row, we want to add some sort of tables. Okay, so basically I just copy paste this code, and I want to make more data in our code. Okay, how this gonna like look like? I just copy paste this code and let me run this one. And we can see that we added a lot of data. And here we want to see like this thickness, okay? And right now we added sure like places, and we have our like, heading, and we have data contained in our table rows and table data. Yeah, this is basically what is gonna be next. And right now I'm gonna explain about like spanning multiple columns. So what does mean like spanning columns? Okay, so we want to like let's say we have personal calendar that can have events that span across multiple hours or even multiple days, and data can span columns using call span attribute. As we know, like a lot of attribute like ID, HTML, image, video, link, we also have new attribute called call span, and this attribute accepts an integer to denote the number of columns it span across. Okay, so basically right now we have index.html file, and we want to span a TD element across 2 columns, okay? Yeah, so let me just start this one. So how I'm gonna do this, I will add some, let's say, TD file, and yeah, basically I can write here like yeah, so you see, like I added 2 values, and what it became, like, let me just check it again, and we can see that we added 2 columns, okay? So this is like matched back, okay? And if I want to add here, what happens? Yeah. So basically spanning is like multiplying 2 stuff, okay? So, and also we can delete them. Why? Because it looks ugly. And yeah, so basically you can also delete of them to understand how it will work. So let's see, like 2 of them, and yeah, run different values to that, okay? So basically we can see like Adam Greenworks call span became 1, call span became 2, so it became spanning 2 columns. And what happens, package items, it became like 3, okay? So I will just do this one. I will delete this one. Why? Because it looks ugly. Yeah. So yeah. And also, like, we can expand a TD element between across rows. And how we can do this? I mean, guys, if you're struggling, if you're struggling, I have some sort of cheat sheets for you, which you can like find and memorize your, like, let's say, what we covered. I mean, this is one, like column span, like attribute, table heading element, how it looks like, table body element, row span attribute, and all stuff. I'm just going to share this slide for you, okay? You can see it, and yeah, so I will continue. So basically, we have data can also span across multiple rows. Here, what we have, like, data is spanning across columns, and right now we want to span it, let's say, across rows, and it can also like accept an integer or greater than equal to 1. So basically, let me start like having some rows. In this case, we have already like some sort of row span called like row 2, which means like it spans 2 rows. And right now, I just want to check whether can I like Davis burger, right? I want to make it row span, okay? So right now it looks like this one, and let's see how it will work then, okay? So right now what happened? It spanned 2 rows, okay? And right now we see that like second row, I mean third row spanned another rows, okay? And this is how it became our table, and this is how it will look like. So basically, you should understand how to see the code in your browser, and you can copy paste in your code editor and understand a little better, okay? So table body, like table can grow a lot of data and became very, very long. When this happens, table can be sectioned off, so it's easier to manage. And also like long tables can be sectioned off using table body element tbody. And the element should contain all of the table data, excluding table headings, okay? So I will take rows 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna like enclose these rows in your TD element, okay? So how it gonna look like? I just create like some body, and I'm gonna add all of this stuff. Okay. So I enclosed all of this code instead in this, let's say, T-body element. So I can basically understand what happens. Okay, so we will go next. And what happens to table head? And basically, as we know that we have a head, a body, like footer, and we also can have a table head, and it's basically the same as like head element. And between like first row, I will add some sort of t-head, okay, heading element for your table. Okay, so I added this one, and it looks like this one. Okay, so definitely it has different color, different head, which makes like this element row much more different than another's. Okay, and this is like makes your section of using THD head element. And basically they are inside element. Yeah. So basically first row is inside head element. Okay. Next, what we're gonna do like right now, we also can have table footer. We have like, table footer, and it's same as like t-head, but below your code. Okay. So let me just check this one. And here we want to add some footer. And yeah, basically I can add this one. I just copy paste this code, create a footer, footer element for you, and let's see how it's gonna work. Okay, so basically, yeah, I had some error. Why? Because did I add table footer? Why? Because I add food, not food. Okay, so this is cool. Why? Because I'm thinking about food and I didn't have lunch. Okay, so right now it works perfect. Yeah. So, and we have like last two exercises, which we can do, and styling with CSS. Okay. Also, we can include all these CSS file instructions for styling in your index.html element. But in style CSS, we have to fix the font size of all table headings and the table data to 18 pixels. So let me find this one. So right now I have here like table, and I want to see all this table heading font size. I want to make it how much? Let's say table heading th all table headings. Okay, so basically here I have table headings, and right now my font size becomes 18 pixel. And I want to make table data. Table data is basically here. Okay, so I don't have here like font size, but so right now I just to make my code beautiful, and I make what I did. I increased my all table data headings. Okay, so yeah, this is cool, and it looks like 18 pixel. Yeah, so yeah, so basically I just want to say that yeah, we want to review some stuff, and I will just like have here one. And yeah, so basically we have like table element, which creates table. We have tr element, which adds row to table. We have like, we can also use table data element. We can have table heading element, column span, row span, t-head, t-body, t-foot elements, okay? And yeah, we want to go next. And right now I want to do some quiz with you. And basically, I will try to help answer you this quiz, okay? So which of the following tags used to separate the footer of the table from its body? Yeah, some of you. Okay, Nastya, I cannot hear you, but yeah, probably the second one. Okay, so like what was the following code do? Okay, so basically we have some sort of code, which of the following, like, yeah, we have row, table row, and we have table data element. We have column span of 2, out of town, and back in town table data. It will make all span row span. No, it's not row span because we have column span. And we have to find which is the column span. Basically, the second one. Okay. Yeah, why? Because like out of town span 2 columns, and back in town will span 1. Если посмотреть на наш код, здесь мы видим, что call span, он объединяет два столбца, да, out of town, и действительно второй ответ подходит. What does the following CSS code add? So basically we have table data and table row, which is like specific border, which is like 1 pixel, solid black, and table heading, which also has same border, and it's blue. And let's say 1 pixel black borders to table body. Not sure why, because we don't have, because there is no table body. 1 black, 2 rows and cells, and 1 is header, which is like approximately this one, but yeah, cool. And blue definitely for rows. And here we have 1 pixel blue border to rows and cell, which is not true. And perhaps the second one. Why? Because table data tag is used for data in table, for cells specifically, and table row is used for rows, and th used for headers. Yeah, and corresponding elements are done. Which tag should surround an entire table of data? TD, yeah? So basically this one. No, it's like should be table, okay? Why? Because this one is for data table element, and this one table. Yeah, why I did this? Because specifically to understand that you completely understand this one. Which tag adds a new data to HTML table? Yeah, this one should be this one, okay? TD. And this one, which of the following used to separate the body of the table from its header and footers? I hope this one. Cool. What about this one? Which tag adds a new row header to an HTML table? New row header. I think so. Oops. This one, cool. Yeah. Tricky question, basically. Which tag creates new rows in HTML table? So basically, I think this one, right? Yeah, cool. And the last question, Anastasia, can you help me with this one?
Which of the following text is used to enclose the row of a table containing its headers? Enclose the row. The body или the head?
Containing its headers. Там внутри будет head. Cool. Perfect. So yeah, we can do some retake of quiz if you want. Let's do this one. Cecilia, right now, let's try to answer yourself. Yeah, I will just basically click and
the food.
Cool. Next one.
It creates a cell that will span 2 columns and a cell that will span a single column. Первый получается. Третий. Так, стоп. Ну да, третий.
Cool. Next one.
Первый?
No, it's table.
Нет.
And this is one. TD. Why? Because you add new data into HTML table. Okay. Separate the body. I think this one. This one. Which tag as new row header to an HTML table?
TR. Или, это вот все. Стоп.
Yeah. So basically, the scope attribute, we add scope attribute to value. Yeah, so let's see how it's like. We have like table row element, and where is like scope values? Do we have here? No, we didn't cover it. But anyway, let's see it. Okay, let's just memorize this one. What about these questions?
New rows. Это уже TR. Второй получается.
Nice. And last one.
Третий.
Cool. So yeah, great job, Anastasia. So you did better than me. You have only one error. So basically that's a good result. So yeah, we'll go next. Basically, we have some sort of project called Wine Festival Schedule. I will ask you, Anastasia, to complete it at home. Yeah, so, and yeah, so basically we can start to do like together if you want, but just let's see how it looks like. So yeah, basically, there are also like hints. We have some sort of slide, which is called like separate like HTML file. We have style CSS. We have like folders with also one more slides. And yeah, and like first question, we have in index HTML inside div element, which has attribute class. So I want to find this element. Yes, this one. We should add class called like, we have class with container, and we want to add some table element. Okay, so I'm gonna add this one. So right now I have this kind of element. I just check it. Why? Because I was just used to add this element. Okay. So let's go ahead, and inside of this table, I should add section for table headings. And how do I that? I do just with simple head file. Okay. So yeah, basically this one it looks like. Okay. Yeah. And also we should add 2 rows inside of this one. How do we do this? We can just see this code and we can just copy paste if you want. Okay. Why? Because I'm too lazy to add such this kind of code. Okay. And yeah. And inside of this element, I should add a table heading element, right? First row element, I should add some table head element. Yeah, so how do this like a table? It's like th, and yeah. So basically this like looks like this one. Oh, cool. So I just forget to add some heading. So yeah, it's basically this one. And right now it should, yeah, increase. Okay, it's heading file. So click it. And inside second row element, it's here. I should add 2 ATH files with yeah, with 2 rows. And yeah, so basically it's look like this one and this one. Okay, so here I just, and right now I have like some time. Yeah, so this is simple. Yeah. And we see that like it doesn't stretch. So we should fix it. And how we do this, we open this one, and inside opening this tag, we'll specify the call span as we used. Okay, and see how it, yeah, right now it becomes more beautiful, right? So basically, what we do next, we below closing T head, yeah, we add section called like table body element. Okay, so it's like T body. Yeah, it's simple. It looks like this one, and we definitely added this one. Yeah. So don't hesitate to look at hints. It's fine if you don't know. Why? Because it's very useful. And we just should create 5 rows for that. Okay. So yeah, it's a little bit like mess work for me, but I will try to do this one. Okay. So right now it's cool. We did it. And yeah, it was like, and inside each one, we should create 2 cells using table data element. Yeah, so how does it look like? So right now we have like tr row. I will add some sort of like td element. Yeah, so it's basically like, yeah, and we should just take it, and it is one. I just want to delete this one. Just copy paste this one. too lazy boy. And I like cheating. So basically, right now, yeah. And what happens? I just have two tasks. They just should add this kind of elements inside of each class element. Yeah, including this type of data. Okay. So basically, I should add, as far as I understand, it should be like H3 file, which is called like this one, and it should be like PM. Okay, so I will just add this copy paste, and yeah. Yeah, so basically, yeah, it looks same. Yeah, what I did. Cool. Okay. So basic question was inside of elements which should has this time reference. Okay. So I will just copy paste this code and put it here. Okay. And we should add this ports. Okay. No, sorry. Here, I will just add this one. So yeah, you see, you did a simple table. Okay. This is cool. And right now I just click next. And here I finished my first project. Okay. So basically, this is how it looks like our program. And yeah, so the next topic is going to be next Friday. We will have the topic about HTML forms. And right now I stop recording this lecture because yeah.